In front of me I have the XProHeli XP2 quadcopter, and this is a build that I'm doing for my friend Kevin. He came to me a few weeks ago and asked about a good aerial platform that he could carry his GoPro with. And Kevin and I went back and forth with a few different frame options. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of the QAV as well as the TBS Discovery, but we decided on something that has more of a square profile. I've been following the XProHeli guys for a while, and so we settled on this build, and this will be a multi-part series. I'm not going to go through all the gory details of assembly because the XProHeli guys have done a good job of putting together assembly videos. I definitely want to provide some commentary related to my findings as I assemble this build for Kevin. So let's start with the frame. Nice CNC'd frame. I think this is aluminum. Very, very lightweight. And you have your two red arms to denote the front of your quad. And this is the landing gear. Once again, really lightweight. Your front for your GoPro, and then your tab in the back to mount your battery. Now the one thing I found strange, and we'll get to this when we start to build in the next video, are these double sticky vibration dampeners. Now there's 4 of them. You're supposed to put each one on each side of the landing gear and then mount the frame to that. So that's always been a little strange to me, that the landing gear is attached to the frame solely by dampeners that are super glued to the frame. We have 4 960 kV Cobra motors, and of course, if you're like me, you've always heard good things about these, but I've never actually flown with them, so anxious to do a maiden when this thing's ready to see how these guys perform. And for each motor, of course, you have your prop mounting gear, 4 30 amp ESCs, no branding on them, 2 wiring harnesses, and set of 10x47 APC props. And as you guys know, you always want to buy an extra set. So primary set and then another set just in case. DJI NAZA with GPS, be the flight controller for this setup. And now those are all the components that came from XProHeli. And if you're like me, you probably have a love-hate relationship with Hobby King, but the Turnigy 9X is hard to beat. So we have one of those. Came with a receiver, but we also bought an extra backup receiver, 2 4500 milliamp LiPos, battery buzzers just to be safe, and of course a LiPo charger. And last but not least, XProHeli did ship some documentation. Now these aren't actual instructions for assembly, they're more just things to watch out for and just a getting started guide and just some basic tips for your first flight. Now it does refer to the Spectrum radio because that's the radio of choice that XProHeli recommends, but we should be just fine with the Turnigy. And a few photos of different items in the back. Really not sure what those are for, but they're there. And of course, patent pending. So not sure what they're patenting, maybe their frame design. And all in for frame and all the parts from XProHeli, you're looking at about $1,000, and then another about 200 for the transmitter, batteries, charger, and all that from Hobby King. So I'll be working on this build for Kevin over the next few days and sharing my progress, just really at a high level, and then hopefully have it ready to maiden by the weekend. So I hope you guys will follow along, and until next time, thanks for watching.